South Jersey ghetto, it's the Magnificent Man Hour! With your host, Drew, that's me, Chris, Dave. With us always is J-Lo and Beer Guy. Featuring Mario's Metal Autopsy and Gilbert. It's the Magnificent Man Hour!
Yeah, son. Episode 5. What's up?
Episode 5?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Crushed that intro live, by the way.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, that was brilliant. That was magic.
All right. So what's going on this week?
What's going on this week?
Yeah.
All right, I had an interesting little experience over the weekend. On Saturday night, I went out and I drink, dude. I drink fucking like all the time.
Yeah?
What's up?
Bring closer.
Bring closer.
That's
So-
news to me.
So I'm pretty used to it, and I maybe have blacked out once in my life. And Saturday night I had a blackout episode. Basically, I was out with my friend. We were going from club to club at the Tropicana, and next thing I know, I'm in a taxi cab, and I'm saying, "Where am I? Where are you taking me?" I just completely had a gap. Don't know what happened. Ended up in a cab, and this fucking guy is driving me somewhere. I have no idea.
Driving Miss Davy.
So my phone's ringing because my friends they lost me. They had no idea where I was, and I answer the phone. I'm like, I'm scared. I don't know where this guy. I mean, I don't know like what religion he was or whatever, but whatever it was is the same kind of people were afraid like of an airplane. You know, you don't want to sit next to him. So
Damn.
I get out of the cab at a
I
red
want
light.
to sit next to him. That way, the fucking second that guy stands up, I got him.
Well,
I don't want him
yeah.
getting far away from me.
Well, you're a fucking tough guy, dude. I'm a big giant pussy.
They still come from a country where they don't eat anything. You can just fall on the motherfucker, Dave.
Don't they like eat goats and
I
shit?
don't think they eat there. They eat sand.
They eat sand.
I eat goats sometimes. They're good.
Well, yeah.
I don't eat goats. That's weird.
I don't know what they do over there.
Nobody does.
But I got out of the guy's cab at a red light, and then he starts chasing after me. So my friend comes.
Jason, you weren't running.
No, okay. He starts walking quickly in my direction, and my friends like found me, and my friend who's a girl, who is about 5'2", 115 pounds, literally got in this guy's face and scared him away, and he got back in his cab and drove off. And I felt about this big at that point. Like, I'm the big guy. I'm supposed to scare this dude away. And no, this little girl scared him off for me, and I was just kind of a giant pussy. So that's what I learned about myself on Saturday. I am even more of a pussy than we already knew.
That's cool.
Nah, it's not, man.
It's not that cool.
It sucks. It's a real blow to my ego. That's why I'm actually telling you guys about it. I think you toughened me up or something.
Shame you out of it.
Yeah, shame me out of it.
We've been trying to shame you since day one, Dave. It's not working.
I have no shame.
No shame in the game. Well, tell us about your fucking stuffed frog over here. This little frigging thing. What's he
Gilbert?
doing?
Oh, yeah.
He's not stuffed right now. We're on the other side of... Oh, wait, never mind.
Gilbert was supposed to be on episode 2, wasn't he?
Yeah, Gilbert is... Actually, my niece gave me that as, like, a present. And, I don't know, I just like to take him out with me. And, like, girls like stuffed animals. So I go to the bar, I bring Gilbert. And then all girls want to play with my little stuffed frog. So I can try and stuff their frog. You know, it doesn't work, but, I try.
It's never worked once.
I mean...
It's entertaining.
Oddly,
foot,
bringing
yeah,
a stuffed animal to the bar does not get me laid. It's so hard to understand.
No one will ever understand.
I'm trying, but it's just not working out. What about you? You would bring what, like a fucking like
I
a
don't bring
Chucky? You'd bring a Chucky doll out or something.
Yeah, I don't want to carry anything around, so I'll just lose it anyway. I lose shit when I bring it to the bar with me.
Yeah. I lost my mind when I brought it to the bar the other night. It was fucking rad.
Yeah, what happened to you?
Oh, man. All right. Well, a few weeks ago, I was at the Primus show in Asbury Park. And afterwards, me and my buddy met this nice couple from upstate New York. We were talking. Turned out we had some mutual friends. And then that guy sold me some LSD.
Oh, shit.
And I took it on Saturday. It was fucking awesome.
Wait, LSD is that like the same as mushrooms or what?
No, it's way cooler.
Beer guy, can I get one of these or a beer or something?
I'd never
Seltzer
done it in this form before. It was a micro dot. It was a little red dot. It was like the size of the tip of a pen.
Okay.
And I ate it. You know, I washed it down with a bottle of Prosecco that I was drinking alone in my room while editing last week's show before I went to the bar.
And then what happened?
Then
They went to the bar.
I got in the shower and the acid hit me and I got a little worried, but I got through it. And then I got in an Uber and I went to Atlantic City. And that's where I went to the bar he works at. A friend of ours,
He showed up like he was. I think you were there before me, right?
yeah.
And he was like, I didn't even think that if I would have just waited 15 more minutes, I could have just got a ride with you here because I was just going to work. And he literally Ubered like 15 minutes before I got there.
Yeah. I had a night. I don't know exactly all of it. He witnessed a lot of
You
it.
didn't really do much. You just kind of sitting there laughing at a bunch of stuff, having a good time. It was actually a good night when a lot of the, the better end of the strippers were in the early morning.
Yo, dude.
Then he left without paying his tab.
I didn't tell you about that. Oh, I left.
Kind of slipped his
Wait,
lost
Drew didn't
mind.
pay his tab?
Well,
his mind was
That
lost.
is not
so-
like him at all.
No, well, I didn't leave. I wasn't planning on leaving. I went outside to smoke a cigarette, and I was like, oh, the sun's up. I should leave. So I called an Uber, and it was there already. And
They
I hit
wait,
Uber.
they wait to hang around.
I hit Uber Pool, and I get in. And in the front seat, there's this stripper girl that was hanging out at the bar before. And she starts chatting me up. And so she lived like a few blocks away in Atlantic City, and I lived kind of far away. My ride was a lot more expensive. After like a minute in the car, she jumps from the back. She jumps from the front seat into the back seat with me, and she's like, I'm going home with him. And I was just like, oh, sick. This night is really fucking easy.
Now, are you imagining this, or is this
No,
actually
this
happening?
really happened. Acid doesn't give you visuals like that.
Well,
And I only took
I've
one
never
hit.
done it. I don't know.
Yeah. No, this all really happened. And then we get on the expressway after we bypass her place completely.
Okay.
And then she's like, I want to smoke weed. And I was like, I don't have any weed. She's
I
like,
want you to
I
shut
have it
up.
at my place. Let's go back to my place. It's like, you want me to go with you? She's like, yeah. So she tries to reason with the Uber driver who barely spoke English to turn around and take her back to Atlantic City. And she got really fucking rude and cunty and was like screaming at the guy. And I felt bad for him. And I was telling her to shut up. It's like, yo, stop. And I was like, dude, just go back to her place, whatever, I'll pay you. And then as soon as we fucking get to her fucking shitty little place, she doesn't have her keys. I guess she lives with someone and they're not answering
Her
the door.
husband?
And as soon as we get out, she ceases
Strippers don't have
making
husbands.
any eye contact or communication with me whatsoever. And I was like, oh, okay. It's like this. You're fucking waiting for me to get all the way back here. And now you're just, all right, fuck you. How about this? While you're struggling to get into your apartment, I'm going to stand here right next to you and wait for another Uber and make sure this is as awkward as fucking possible for you. And I did. And
Nice.
it at least slightly entertained me. And then I told Uber about my cunty pool partner, and they gave me a credit on my account.
Rad.
You know, I always love if something goes bad, especially with a girl and they've got like their fucking, they think they're so big and awesome and whatever, like they're in control just because they have the pussy. And it's like, dude, there's like 5 billion more
Apparently,
of
they
you.
also scare off the fucking angry cab drivers too.
No,
So
this was great when she got and jumped to the back of the seat with me, and like got all handsy with me. She tells me her name, but she gave me her stripper name, and I was like, that's not your name. It's like, I know your name. She's like, we're fucking Facebook friends. You sent me a fucking friend request. And she's like, oh.
you're gonna have to tell me who this is later.
I'll tell you later. I'm not going to say names.
I know.
But yeah.
So we don't get to find out the stripper's name. Oh, man.
I don't remember what her stripper name was.
Well, I know.
I was 40 sheets to the wind by then. Yeah. So it was sick.
LSD.
You were one dot to the wind.
One dot. I'll go back.
LSD, I've never done it. I did magic mushrooms one time.
I know you told us on another podcast. You should watch them so you don't repeat yourself a lot.
I prefer
Actually, I was really stopping there. I was just saying I've done it that one time.
I prefer acid than mushrooms personally.
I just farted. That's
It's
why
like
I sit up
mushrooms
like that.
affect you more physically, and they make me weak and tired, and it's kind of laid it like sit
Yeah.
there. If I take one, maybe 2 hits of acid, if it's not strong,
And you become stronger
I'm
and
out.
faster.
and I become the most. I mean, it feels like I'm more charismatic than ever, and like, I don't know, it's fun. I love it, and I don't do it often. I haven't done it in well over a year. I don't remember the last time I did it. It's been a long time, but sometimes you got to reset your brain here and there, and I think everyone should do it at least once.
It's sweet. I did it once. It's really sweet.
I would like to try it, you know.
I like it a lot.
It's my favorite. It's literally my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing in the whole
So
world.
you've all
of
done
all
this.
the things, it's my favorite thing.
I used to do it a lot.
And I've never done this.
You only need to do it once, but I could see why people want to do it a lot.
When I was in my
fine.
early
You need to
20s,
do
a
it
good friend of
once a
mine
month.
sold it, and it was good. So I would do it like once a month for like a few months. I did it.
I like that winter. It was good.
Can we do it like on the show?
Oh, I already have a. Yeah, we can.
I
And
know about the thing where we're gonna do the roulette with it.
I have
Oh,
a
yeah.
friend. When we talked about a friend of
Why
mine.
does Chris keep telling me what the fuck
Why do
I
you keep
know?
forgetting everything?
When we talked about after we talked about that on the show, like I don't know where to get that stuff regularly. That's one of those things that just comes around.
Yeah.
And you just get it when you can. You can't. It's hard to seek out, at least around here.
We actually had a fan though.
Someone contacted me who heard that show, and they offered to supply
contacted
us
me, too.
with the acid to do that. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yes. I also think that this person would make a great guest down the road.
they're giving us
And
free acid.
I'm not going to associate one. I'm not going to say who the
can't
potential guest is that would do
Can't let
that.
them,
Not diamond anyone out, but yeah. So it's nice to see that already. Just a couple weeks in, people are already offering us drugs.
Thanks, guys. You guys rule.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
That's one of the great things about being on the road with the band. We usually have this sign that we put on our merch table. We got it laminated too. It's a picture of a drawing of a pot leaf my guitar player did with a pen, and it says, "Give us drugs, please." And it works every fucking day. I think maybe one time it didn't work. It's awesome. Like I'll get up to go to the bathroom and I'll come back and there'll be a joint on that sign. Or people will just put bags of weed in our tip jar, or they'll be like, "What kind of drugs?" And I'll be like, "What's
kinds.
available?" You know, I don't know, tell 'em if I don't want it, I won't take it. You know,
I've seen that thing in every one of your shows.
it's fucking flawless, dude. So smart.
Oh man, I got. That's awesome. You have free drugs.
Yeah.
You're on tour. You're playing music.
Yeah, it's cool.
I want to do that.
Do it.
It's not for everybody. Brought Chris on the road a couple times. He
not
doesn't
for me.
he doesn't travel well.
No, it sucks.
Dave, you could be like the new Meatloaf or something.
I think I'm like 34-year-old Meatloaf. I'm like leftover and no good. My singing voice is for shit.
What's bigger than Meatloaf? Like turd ducking?
I don't know, but Meatloaf, man, I'll tell you that for whatever it is that he looked like, he had the voice of an angel and a hell of a
He
career.
loves the fucking man.
Yeah, dude. And
He transitioned to acting. Was
Yeah,
in
what was that
movies.
movie? Fight Club. He was in Fight
He's in
Club.
a lot of movies.
Oh, he's
He's Bob with bitch tits.
yeah, he's Bob with bitch tits.
Dude, that fucking movie is
His name
awesome.
He's at
was
the beginning
Robert
of
Paulson.
fucking
His name was Robert
Robert
Paulson.
Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. It's fucking a great opening scene in the movie.
Oh yeah, he played the guy's
Him and
dad.
fucking Dio and
It's fucking
yeah,
wonderful.
fucking awesome.
All right,
Apparently, no, sorry. Go ahead.
no,
And it
finish
was
your
totally-
thought
it
because
was
I'm going
totally
somewhere
unimportant.
else.
It was about fucking.
What the fuck does that say? West Indies lime?
Yeah, it does.
Was that
All right,
a different kind of lime?
yeah, I guess.
That thing's mad pretentious, dude.
It's not key lime.
That's the most pretentious can I've ever witnessed.
Okay, well, I just take that as a challenge. I'm going to seek out.
It's also gluten free.
I'm going to be in Brooklyn on Saturday. I can find something way more pretentious.
Yeah, probably. This is the most pretentious one I've ever seen. West Indies lime, gluten free.
I like this
Only
stuff.
5 grams of
me.
carbs.
Yeah, that's why I like this stuff. It has just as much
6%.
alcohol as any of those shitty beers we drink, but it's got like 1/4 of the carbs, and I can go berserk with them, and I have
Naturally
less guilt.
flavored lime
Yeah.
from the West Indies.
Anyway,
and they matched Gilbert.
Where the hell is the West Indies?
they're
Isn't that a
they're,
fake
they're
thing
west
that
of the
Columbus
East Indies.
thought we were fucking that he was finding or something?
Yeah, actually, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He really sucked at his job, Columbus.
Well, he got 3 fucking ships
I
across
think
the
the guy
Atlantic.
did pretty fucking good,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. For
That was
the
no
only
easy
one smart
feat.
enough to think that you could get all the way around. You know, he ran into the wrong thing,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, no,
everybody
I mean-
else still thought you could drive off the edge.
Some people still think you can.
Yeah.
And you know what? I was gonna go somewhere else. I'll come back to conspiracy theories that fucking enrage me later. I wanted to touch on
Talking
Beer
about flat
Guy's
earthers.
triumphant fucking disaster last week.
Oh, yes.
Your guy has redeemed
Triumphant
himself.
isn't the word. It's the fucking,
No, this is his triumphant return today.
yeah.
Beer guy.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I'm glad to still be a part of this.
Okay, for anyone watching or listening that doesn't know, we ran out of beer last week, and that's never happened.
Yeah, with like 15 whole minutes left.
Yeah,
It's
and-
crazy.
The guy's name is Beer Guy.
He was fucking
like,
mad. He actually had a fucking meltdown and walked off set.
Yeah, he did.
Started trying to walk to a bar that was open because the liquor stores are closed. That's like pretty fucking far.
You were like the equivalent to like a porn star on set whose vagina just totally clammed up and like
Vagina!
became unfuckable. Like you had no beer and you're a beer guy. But you look at you today, you've got like vodka, 30-pack of beer, these funky seltzer waters that are absolutely delicious.
Yeah, they're 3 weeks late.
And
though.
somebody gave Dave out a cupcake and he's thrilled about that. That was Justin. But I love that cupcake. But beer
Give me
guy,
another one. I want a cupcake.
you can have this one, buddy.
Yeah, I was legitimately upset about running out of beer.
I know, I can tell,
saw,
man. You were
man.
bummed.
I
You
don't know
said,
if it
I
was-
can't take this, and you
Yeah.
got up and left the
I
fucking
can't
building.
take
Too
this, I'm
much
going to
to
get
bear.
Yep.
I think our audience, like that might have been like the first time we had an audience member cry, possibly. I mean,
Maybe. I don't know
that's
if
some
anyone.
sad shit. If we had like put some
think
like
so?
good music on, like some good cry music, like whatever was playing when Rose dumped Jack into the water, you know, like if you played that music,
My heart will go on, right?
yeah. If we had
I don't
some
think that was
Celine
playing in
Dion.
that
Celine
scene.
Dion.
Might have been like Claire de Lune or some
Should
shit.
just
like
always
that.
be the Jurassic Park theme.
But beer
That's-
guy,
that's
your
like-
job's never at
Trust
risk here. You are still
Hey,
beer
don't
guy.
tell him
Whose
that.
phone is on?
That's true, Dave.
Oh, that fucking.
That's not true. I'm wrong. Your job is at risk.
Don't tell him that. His job is always at risk. He has to try as hard as he can at all times.
Oh wow.
Yo.
I misspoke.
Can we do a thing real quick? Since Gilbert isn't talking, can you trade mics with him and Beer Guy? Because it's
There's all this-
pretty annoying.
the signal on it sucks, and I'm getting a lot of
I
fuss.
mean, you could just have my mic.
Gilbert, they're gonna
Okay, yeah,
swap
do that.
mics out on
He
you,
can do that,
bud.
Mike.
Well, just give Gilbert the wireless and just tell him to only turn it on when he wants to talk.
He doesn't need a mic. He's a fucking frog. It's
Well,
stuff.
shut the fuck up, dude. He's got feelings, man.
I don't fucking care. He
Don't
can't hear
talk
me. He's not
about Gilbert
alive.
like that.
I don't think he cares.
This
Fucking
one's more
what's
direct
eating
too.
Gilbert
Right?
Grape.
You sound just as good.
Oh, thanks. True.
Yeah, you got it.
My nose on
I
camera.
know, I got
Oh
it.
wow, that's
Yeah,
wonderful.
you pick your
What are you
nose
gonna
on
do?
camera like fucking crazy.
Yeah, I don't care.
You're gonna eat it later.
I don't eat them. I flick them. It's gross.
I don't know, I think we should just start calling Chris bodily function because we just sit here and listen to all of his.
Just because, I just do them, dude. I'm not going to fucking put on airs for you guys.
I don't, dude. I think it's
Not one person in this room is
Sure.
fucking me, and I don't want to fuck any of you, so I'm not going to put on any airs for you.
you're
Airs?
Yeah, put it on airs. It's like acting like fancy. Holding in farts, holding in burps.
Yeah, I don't do that shit.
No,
You saying airs was a little fancy.
it's very fancy. I know words. I got all kind of words, bro.
Oh, weren't we gonna make Beer Guy tell us a story too?
Oh yeah, we had
You
an
guys got a
idea for
story.
We
that.
gotta do that. We gotta talk about the guest from last week.
Oh,
'Cause
Heather.
we never thanked her.
Oh
We
yeah.
did it, you're right.
Thanks,
She
Heather.
was awesome.
She was
Thanks,
great.
Heather.
Yeah.
Thank you,
She
Heather.
was
really
great.
best.
Sorry, I
I'll-
ran out of beer.
I would be happy to have her back sometime.
Yeah, she
It
was,
was
great.
also exponentially awesome considering how bad the first one was. I feel the need to constantly reiterate how bad the first one was.
Wow.
It was just a fucking shit show.
Okay, I mean, I know that in last episode I said like what a train wreck it was or whatever, but really it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
I like the guy.
I can't tell if you guys are just trolling him now or being sincere. So don't clarify.
I'm not. I wouldn't even have thought of whatever you
Either
just
way,
said.
I'm a dickhead, so
If you
it
say-
doesn't matter.
Speaking of dickheads, we are officially on Pornhub now. What up, yo?
Yes, we are Pornhub.
After you jerk, be a jerk with the Magnificent Man Hour, now streaming on Pornhub. How's that for a fucking
Take
tagline?
that.
Yeah, just the tip is balls deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And I've been having lots of fun tagging each episode with different categories. It allows you to pick up the 4. So in episode 1, if you go down to suggested videos related to this, it's all black guys fucking old ladies
Okay.
in the ass for the most part.
Oh wait. How
It's
old
like
is this lady?
it's like
Granny
it
anal
says
BBC.
BBC pummels granny's asshole was one of the things. Yeah.
Can you say that one more time, please?
BBC pummels pummel's granny's asshole.
Well, wait, after Chris.
But the thing is, I was like, how old? I wanted to know.
my God,
and I watched some of it, and I scanned through it, and they never pulled back enough to show anything but her asshole and the BBC, so I couldn't clarify how old Granny was. She could have been 30. Hold on. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Okay, we're back. Lost signal for a second. I got to write this down. We're having trouble with this old-ass laptop. So go to our Patreon page and give us some cash so we can buy a new computer.
Yeah, whatever
Thanks.
medium there is out there for money to go from your wallets to buy us equipment so we can make
We
better.
don't want medium money. We want large money.
We'll make it worth your while. We'll give you funny T-shirts, and Dave will even call you at work.
I will do whatever. I'm really in this.
Dave
for the
will
whole
suck
group.
your dick.
Actually, what people should do, since besides like T-shirts and stickers and I don't know phone calls, what type of stuff would people like in return for like donating between $1 and $20 to our Patreon? What type of perks?
Oh,
What type of perks?
question.
Make suggestions. If it's realistic, we'll do it. Who cares?
yeah, like everybody can take turns fucking Justin in the ass
Wait, what do they want?
for 20
We
bucks.
got to get them
That's not
Percocets?
realistic.
Yeah.
What you said? I don't.
No, the perks of the Patreon. The way the Patreon page works is people can pledge money to us and like basically
Right. Yeah. And we get them perks.
for
Percocets.
the we'll give you.
So wait, who's got the
So if you
Percocets?
give us
I don't have any. I
$20
don't
a
like
month,
'em.
we'll get you a 20 milligram. I guess like that, $1 per milligram.
Okay.
I'm
or
not getting
or a
anybody
T-shirt.
perks.
I like this.
I don't know where to get perks. I never liked pills.
You guys can donate me Adderall if you want.
I used to have
Accept
a good time with
Adderall.
them.
I like.
We accept
I like
Adderall
that.
as donations.
Oh my god,
We
I would
accept
love
beer.
some
We
fucking
accept
Adderall.
we accept all alcohol.
Yeah.
Alcohol and Adderall.
Adderall is probably like the most.
That's what
genius
little
drug
boys are
ever
made of.
It's a double-edged sword.
It is a double-edged sword, but
Yeah, but why would you want your sword to only have one edge? What if you swing it the other way? Then you can still chop somebody.
The
Two
other
edges
side
is way better than one edge.
sometimes your logic
Yeah.
just frightens the shit out of me, Chris.
No, I mean,
I actually never done Adderall.
Okay,
So, yeah.
let me just. I have a death
I don't
shot.
think
you
you
ever done
should
a
after
sword?
giving you that whiskey last week.
yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of energy anyway.
I have a death shot.
I
Beer
like
guy.
that part where you threw the whiskey bottle.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
That was
Like I
great.
said,
Yeah,
it was
hell
a
of a
different
toss.
weight, different
Shape, aerodynamics were all- yeah.
You have to be prepared for everything.
You got to get some
man.
practices in with all different types of
Dysentery.
all different types of bottles and cans and such. You know.
Yeah.
Bottles and cans, just clap.
Don't go
your
there.
hands. Don't go there.
Yeah, I don't feel like it. I already have Jurassic Park stuck in my head. I don't want fucking Beck stuck in my head.
It's the best, dude.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Oh my God, it's Jeff Goldblum.
So like when things randomly pop in my head, I like to like track it why they did it. But that one wasn't that random, I guess. But we were down in the warehouse and there's one door to lead to the one part. It's like two massive gates. And it just reminded me of the big gates at Jurassic Park when they walk in. So
Ooh, I just got a great idea for a promo.
don't
Yo-
say it.
I gotta write it down.
Oh yeah,
Write
yeah.
it down, dude.
Write it down, dude. What does your shirt say in there, J-Lo?
Director of everything.
Fuck his shirt. Chris just went shopping at the Kingdom of Steel.
Actually,
Chris,
this
stand up
was
and
gi-
show everyone your
This was given to me.
magnificent new T-shirt.
This was given to me by our pseudo producer. Brandon got this for me as an
Pseudo
early
producer.
birthday present. I'm quite excited.
Oh, so you got this from your boyfriend?
Yeah, Man of War, the greatest one ever made, and then you know the back though.
Man of War's a very close, very dear to my heart in this podcast.
Every
And I think we need to greatly educate Dave
Man
and
of War.
probably Beer Guy on Man of War.
I don't even
Man
know
of
the
War
fuck
is the
Man of
main
War is.
inspiration.
There's a picture of Man of War in the intro of every single one of our shows on YouTube. It's that third one with all the guys in loincloths.
All the naked
That's
guys.
Man of War.
Greased
They are-
up and naked and
They
in good
are
shape.
the kings of metal, the gods of steel. They're the real men that play on 10. And their merch, their online.
See the real men that play on.
They're
10?
not
Real men
wimps.
play on 10.
They're not
Who's
posers.
the band that played on 11?
Wimps and posers, leave the hall.
They don't
That would
wear.
be Spinal Tap.
They don't. Yeah, that's not a real band. They don't wear Cracker
played
Jack
at 11.
clothes either. So
Yeah.
Louder.
They
that's
wear
why I
jeans
got
and leather,
this.
not Cracker Jack
Brandon was
clothes.
tired of seeing me on the podcast in my Cracker Jack clothes.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. The
he
word,
got
the
me a
word
Man of
fucking
War shirt.
poser. I heard that word for a long period of time. Oh, I was in high school and I heard the word poser all the time. And now we have Mario, and he's doing the metal autopsy.
Douche chills. That's the phrase
That's
he
what it
used
was.
last week.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that.
Chills. Mario, thank you for that. That was great.
Yeah, the new
Nothing's
Riot,
worse than
the
the
new Quiet
juice-
Riot, and
douche
what was the
chills.
other one? Nitro albums
Yeah.
gave him douche chills. He
got
hated
douche
them so
chills.
much.
He had that's a nice.
incredible?
That's a beautiful term.
That's good.
I can't wait to see what he does this week. He's really turned a corner in his fucking amazingness. The material he gives
His
us, for
magnificence.
promos alone, is magnificent as fuck.
He's an artist.
Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very proud of the guy, and I appreciate his
And he's
contribution
a
to the
total
show very
sport.
much.
He will do anything for us.
He is all
and
about it, man.
We love that guy.
One more seltzer. If he wants it, let him have it.
I
He
need
needs
that low
it. He needs
carb
it more
shit.
than you, Drew.
I know.
Wednesday, Thursday this week.
Thank you.
Set it up.
Thank you, beer guy. Thank
That's
you.
the only
Drew.
day I'm
You're
available.
welcome, Dave.
That the Brian Seltzer Orchestra?
No, I'm pretty sure it's seltzer.
That was fucking the whitest thing I've ever seen.
Why was it white?
If I have to explain it, man, it's not worth talking about.
All right.
We still didn't get Beer Guy's story.
Yeah, so what's the story?
We got just
Right,
enough
what's
time for a
story?
good Beer Guy's story.
Spin us
before we
a
go to
yarn.
Mario.
What story? What about me?
About you banging some lady at the bar.
That'd be the story.
Oh, well.
Brandon
yeah.
told me it,
Yeah, so me
but
and
I want to hear
Brandon-
it right from the horse's cock.
Brandon and I were at the bar, and we're talking all kind of. We're started talking Game of Thrones and whatever, and all. He doesn't really watch anyway.
You're not talking very loud. I think
I'm not?
about Gabe.
He's plenty loud.
Is he good on there?
Yeah,
But I
well-
still want to hear it, kind of. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well,
I
anyway,
mean, I know you can hear it. But
We'll have
girl
headphones
starts
next
buying. She buys us beers. Like we order a beer,
Man,
You're,
you
at,
guys
you're
are
at a bar.
pimping.
yeah,
Okay.
and out of nowhere, she's like, "No, I got them."
This was short. I was there, but I left
Yeah, you were
right before
there.
this happened, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You were there. I mean, this was probably half hour after you left.
Okay.
Anyway, we were sitting there. She bought us beers, and then so we start talking to her like, "Hey, thanks, this and that." Brandon switches seats with me, probably because he's horrified by her or something.
Why is he horrified by her?
I don't know. She
That's
definitely
kind of
wasn't.
what he told me.
I heard she wasn't the
kinda what he
best
told me.
of looking.
She wasn't necessarily dressed up at all. Very natural, which I like myself.
Was she recently
like a
divorced?
hippie?
No, not at all. She left somebody recently. Well, not that recently, but
Yeah, it's pretty close to the same thing. That's what he's
Left the
getting
kid
at.
in the car.
Keep going.
so yeah. Anyway, she decides to take me back to her place
Ooh.
in a city on an island. It's her uncle's place, but
Was it
so-
Key Largo?
No,
Montego,
Baby, I don't want to go.
baby, we did go.
down to Jurassic Park.
That went exactly as I hoped it would.
Down to Jurassic.
So anyway, I spent 3 nights with her.
Did you really? It was 3
Wow.
nights?
Yeah, I did. I probably.
Beer guy, that's a fucking fuck marathon.
Yeah, I had one. It's been a while.
Were you on
So-
Adderall?
No, I had never done that.
What
Oh, yeah.
What did you take for a 3-day erection? Like, how did you achieve
No,
that?
You go to
Methamphetamine
sleep and get it-
and Viagra.
You can go to sleep and wake up and get another one. Just because you hung out with her for 3 nights didn't mean it was 3 nights long in a row.
if I take a
Just
nap for
because we
5
live
minutes,
that
I
way
wake
doesn't
up
mean
with a
everyone
boner.
does, Dave. All right. You know what I'm saying? Some people go to sleep and then they do it again the next day.
Yeah, it sucks.
No, we did it like at least like 4 or 5 times. In
That
the
sounds
night,
absolutely disgusting.
And
Thank
then-
you.
and then went to sleep, and then did it again, waking up.
Sex.
The weirdest part, though. Okay.
You're talking about sex, right?
You want
You
to?
did
You want
the
to
sex.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the sex thing.
Yeah, what was the weird part?
The weirdest part was
pussy?
Okay, her uncle's a real perv, real weird dude.
Wait,
Oh, he was there watching the whole time
No,
when you went to your
no.
uncle's place. You didn't
Well,
tell us that.
Wait, hold
Well-
on. I'm really starting to fall in love with the story.
Yeah, well, that kind of happened. Not
Wait,
not
her uncle
What
kind
kind
of
of happened?
by permission. So,
You need to give me a beer.
By permission.
Wait, I was just fucking with you.
Beer guy just said that he told the guy he could watch.
No, I did not just say that.
You said by permission.
No, he
Not
said
by
not by
permission.
permission.
Oh, not by permission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, get this
Dave.
out now. Start
All right,
moving.
I'm sorry. Well, you
'Cause I
guys
gotta know.
keep interrupting me.
Well, it's our job, dude.
So rude.
What do we want from it?
So by the third night I was there, I'm putting it in her ass like she wanted me to again. She's screaming her freaking heart out. And
we need a soundboard so bad.
And suddenly I look out the window.
You're really ruining sex for me right now.
The windows are wide open. As far as there's a screen. Anyway, I look out the window because I'm like, man, like these people around here got to hear this. They're pretty close vicinity to other houses. Look out the window. All I see is this arm with a cell phone.
Oh, dude.
Oh, really? Wow.
Which
her
was
uncle?
legitimately her uncle, and he refused afterward that it was him, but it was legitimately him.
Did you snatch this guy's phone out of his fucking hand and smash it? Because that's what I would have done.
I don't know. I didn't do anything.
You're going to be getting jerked off to by some creeps soon.
Yeah, well, whatever. Good for them.
We all are. I
just have to point out that you just made sex sound like basically a trip to the library to like write a fucking book about absolutely nothing. You just made sex sound so boring. Like, I've never wanted to have sex less in my life. Like,
now I want to have anal sex.
So now I'm putting it in her butt.
Pretty brutal, babe.
She made me do it, and I didn't want to put it in her butt.
That's how she likes it.
I didn't mean it like that. You just took it that way, buddy.
Yeah, I didn't.
Hey, buddy.
I'm not your dad, buddy.
So I'm fucking this chick in her ass, and the next thing I know, her uncle's video recording it. So I invite him in, and I'm like,
"That's not Beer Guy's style, man. He's not Andrew Dice Clay.
No,
he's
but
Beer Guy.
He's very monotone.
I love him for it.
That's why I said our job is to cut him off.
No, be yourself.
Don't do that.
No, you be you. Beer Guy.
Don't listen to Dave.
You are.
Yeah, and that's why I can get it up more than once, Dave.
Well,
He can see it at
Get
least.
it up the first time.
Yeah, I get it up like.
Well, Dave's
5
just not
times
sure if it's up
after
or
that.
not unless
And
he's
he
got a mirror
can
in
see
front
it
of him.
all 5 fucking times.
Yeah, probably on the internet soon.
I'm just sitting here telling you.
And
how
we're all going to be able to see it soon, I think.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here telling you
As soon
how
as
much
her
I
uncle
love you
uploads that.
and how great.
As
I
long
think
as
you
he puts
are.
the beer, if her uncle is watching, please contact me. I will give you the Beer Guy
Head
I'll give you the
cover.
Beer Guy graphic to put over his head to keep his anonymity, and you can do whatever you want with your fucking
Anonymity.
niece. You fucking creep.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Wow.
So this guy definitely bangs his niece, or did at some point.
Definitely not. No.
Something weird's going
No,
on
this
there.
guy-
If she's getting drunk, picking weirdos up like you and Brandon at bars or talking to you guys,
Maybe they have
there's
a
been
voyeur-
night. There's been at least one night where she's been too drunk to remember fucking her uncle.
Maybe they do have a weird voyeur porno
I'm
website
gonna
where
go
she-
ahead and guarantee
and that's their maybe
that.
that's their gag. She brings guys home, and then he secretly films them fucking, and they upload it to their website, and they make a quick buck.
And she acts like she's not in on it.
I've already thought about that. And,
Everything is something. All right, everything is way more than you think it is.
Okay, is there anything else to that? Or
I mean, that's really it. I think, yeah.
wait, what was the quote in the group text after Chris left about this? Dave, do you remember? Or you did?
No.
What Brandon said?
Chris said about.
No, it was me. Brandon showed it to me at
Okay.
the bar because Brandon came to my bar
said-
after he left him
It
at the
said,
bar.
I think I like
It
this
said,
girl.
yeah, I think I like this girl with more than just my penis, but we just had sex on the porch. I miss Chris.
And with that, it's time for this week's Mario's Metal Autopsy.
Hey, this is Mario. Good evening to you all, and this is another episode of Mario's Metal Autopsy. And tonight, for this autopsy, we're going to shake things up a bit and do something new. I figured today we'll take a break from albums, records, and such for now, and talk about some live concerts, specifically one that I was at recently. So last Sunday, the Voltage Lounge, a little band called D.R.I, that's Dirty Rotten Imbeciles, it's an acronym. D.R.I, they played at the Voltage Lounge where me and a good friend of mine, we made the pilgrimage, we made the raid to make this show happen. So, if you've ever been to the Voltage Lounge, it's basically Philly's answer to the Boneyard. In a sense that it's got that, intimate setting, kind of compact and everything. Very, very, very good venue for live shows and such. So, D.R.I plus 4 opening bands. So almost sold out show, and it was a good time all around. The first band up was a band called No Gods. They're a young up and coming band. They of the retro thrash variety. with their band members all ranging from like ages 15 to 18, and they played a very good show. They, I mean, these kids are teenagers. They're fucking teenagers, for God's sake, and they're playing like they've came from the '80s pretty much. And everybody was digging them, and they played great. Like they had to like abbreviate their set for whatever reason because of like some technical difficulties and such. So they were good. Definitely some rising stars right there to check out. Next up was a band called Crack House, starring one Jay Schlack on guitar. Now, anyone who knows me well enough, I like to call myself the legend or the icon or whatever you want to say. Schlack, this man is way more of a legend than I will ever aspire to be.
Fuck you!
Yes. Crack House, they impressed me. They impressed me to no end here. More so than the other opening bands. Just watching these guys like get so animated, just so amped up, and then the audience was like just feeling it. They were feeling it, and Schlack especially with his like fucking long mohawk kind of hair thing, like he was just getting into it, just getting amped up, and I'm just standing there and all just fuck yeah, man, kick some ass, take some names. You own the crowd. You got this. You own it, man. You own it. But yeah.
Jones dicks in his mouth.
They were hysterical, man. Crack House impressed me.
Schlack is gay.
And Schlack, I've never met you before, but I would love to hang out with you sometime. So then after Crack House, there was the third band. They were just the third band. I really don't even remember their name. They really didn't even leave a lasting impression on me, but that was them. And then the final opening band was a band called Sunlord. A band I've been aware of. I've never actually heard their music before. I really only remember them from their last tour opening for Anvil. So I got to see them live, and they were okay. They were okay for what they were. This kind of like doomy kind of metal band with a bit of a Venom touch to them. Like they played a good show. I enjoyed them. Then finally, D.R.I. They take the stage. They play over 2 hours. Guns N' Roses can eat a dick. Boring me half to death with their fucking little musician masturbation interludes, and I'm just standing there like, I could be hearing another fucking song, you pretentious assholes. My God, D.R.I. don't need to play any fucking musical interludes. Like, they just tore right into it. And they got away with it because the majority of their songs are like 1 minute to 4 minutes long. They don't need any fucking music interludes or do any of that, the fucking pretentious wankery. And they're like, oh hey, I'm Slash. Look at me play my guitar. Look at me jerk off my guitar some more. Listen to me play the Godfather theme. Fuck that! D.R.I. don't need to do that shit. All you gotta do is just play songs like Beneath the Wheel, Thrash Hard, Who Am I? D.R.I. 2 hours long of thrashy greatness. They killed it. Show ended at 1 in the morning, and it was a good time all around, man. It was a fucking good time. Truly a weekend I needed after coming off one of the most miserable, most heartbreaking weeks of my life. But that's a whole other story altogether. Yeah. And from all of us here at the Magnificent Man Hour, this has been another thrilling edition of Mario's Metal Autopsy. I also want to give a shout out to my good friend and one of the most talented drummers New Jersey has ever seen, Josh Shifris. You're my brother. I love you. I love you. Thank you for making this magnificent journey with me. You're my brother in metal, and I love you forever, man. And that's all I gotta say. Stay in school or grow up to be a fucking asshole movie theater manager. Bye.
All right, and we're back from another magnificent edition of Mario's Metal Autopsy. So while everyone else out in podcast land is now a little smarter and wiser from listening to Mario, what did we learn while we were on our break?
Something about skid marks.
My sister sent me the Shart chart. And
Shart chart.
Skid marks. And you know, I love my sister because she
Beer guy, can we get the Shart chart on the screen?
yeah. Yeah, that would be
Give
cool.
me,
So,
give me a minute. Keep
yeah, okay.
talking.
So I'll kind of like break Allison in a little bit here.
You're gonna break your sister in? That's kind of weird.
She's broken in.
Guys.
Like an old catcher's mitt.
No.
He's busy.
We taped them things together, dude.
He's working on tech shit.
I know, but he's got to do a lot of things. He's just got to earn his keep around here.
He has not done one rim shot.
I mean,
yet
get
tonight.
me a drum set. I'll fucking do the rim shots.
Okay, but I'll put it on the soundboard. Maybe.
Get one of those little fake ones. Those they're doing little drum sets. They're sick. They're tiny ones. Yeah, you could probably do them with the chopsticks.
You finger bang him.
You can finger them.
All right. But back to Dave's loose.
Just 2 fingers though.
Whoa.
I know she watches this too, so that's great.
She does. She's like one of our first.
She's
fans.
a good sport. I
She
like her
is.
sister. I'm sure she'll know I'm just being hyperbolic.
Oh yeah. But she's so funny because she gives me shit about like absolutely everything I do.
I bet you
And-
so many people don't even know what that means when you said that.
Well, they should. Whatever. Well, people are stupid.
Doesn't Michael Jackson sleep in a hyperbolic chamber?
Yeah.
So I got
very
it up
exaggerated
here.
shit.
It's so exaggerated.
What do you got, guy?
I have the skid mark.
Skid mark chart.
Oh, there it is.
Cool. Can you make that? Is it possible to make that bigger?
This is absolute magic right here because, magnificent men even have underwear problems from time to time. Which, listen, it's no doubt that I do from time to time. I'm sure you expect it.
It's been a long time since I've had skid mark issues, but when I was younger, it happened. When I was younger and fatter and less on top of my shit.
We all have accidents from time to time. Every once in a while, a fart comes out.
We
You're
talked
like,
about it in
"Ooh."
episode 1. Oh no, in that
was the man pod.
and the interview you did with Chris when he was off camera about that time he left the skid mark.
Oh,
on my
you brought it up
computer chair.
on. I love that first one.
Yo, that's
oh, wait,
all
no,
you guys are talking about, but it was so fucking the way Brandon did it was so
Well, let's
stupid.
let Dave go over the skid mark. What are you doing?
If anyone needs that story reiterated, I will gladly bring that up. 'cause that
Don't
was
get that
positive.
close to your microphone, and we'll talk about the story
hilarious.
afterwards.
Well,
I'm
I
too
gotta
close, not
tell
close enough, I can't
tell
wait.
everybody about something, okay? Because my sister sent me the skid mark chart, but here's where this really comes from. When I was a kid, okay, I have a sister that's 2 years older than me, and she absolutely like just abused the shit out of me as her little brother. Anyway, one time she was having all of her friends over. She might have been like 14 or 15 or something, so I'm like 12 or 13, and I'm just starting to get like hormonal and shit. And her girlfriends are being nice to me, like they're like talking to me and being friendly, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like being accepted here for the very first time. And my sister like sees what's going on, and the people being nice to me and accept me, and she wasn't fucking having that shit.
So she went and got a pair of your underwear to
she
show your
went
girlfriends?
and got a pair of my fucking skid mark tighty whities. and I'm sitting there, I'm talking to like 2 or 3 of her girlfriends, and for once I'm just feeling like, oh my gosh, there's hope for me for the first
That
time
girl is
ever.
nice to me. Now you need
And my sister just comes over and she dangles. Nice shot. Dangles my fucking skid marked underwear. Hey girls, look at my brother's underwear. And my dad brought me up wearing tighty whities. And that,
My mom bought those for me when I was a kid too. Growing up, I was
did.
like, why didn't she know?
I
My
refused.
father wore them too, though, so I guess it
yeah,
was his
my
fault.
dad does too.
Yeah.
But the first thing I ever did for myself as an adult, like as soon as I
Buy real underwear?
was buy fucking boxer shorts or something.
Boxer briefs are where it's at.
I'm
man.
on boxer briefs now, but just
See, I would not make the transition until I discovered. Because regular boxers are fucking terrible.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah, no,
it's like
it's like-
wearing small shorts.
Look at
under
it like
your-
this.
Louis C.K.'s take on this is pretty good.
It's
shit.
amazing. It's perfect. But this
We're
is
better than
I'm only
Louis
going to talk
CK.
about this take on it. Is my original peeve was
Peeve.
boxers only come to the inseam comes together as a triangle. There's not like boxer briefs come and then
They have a cock pouch.
there's a fucking place for your shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to either hang down this leg or that leg. Like I don't want my cock and balls hanging down either side. I want it chilling in the front where it fucking belongs.
Yo, this pair I had that I was wearing yesterday, they're like this wicking fabric, and the way they're stitched together makes my junk look enormous when I'm wearing just those underwear and no pants. I love them. They're not the most comfortable ones, but they're certainly the most flattering.
I'm sitting here for I almost go like, hey, can you show us? Like, no, Dave, don't say that.
No.
I'll post pictures on our Pornhub page.
Yeah, that's good for the Pornhub site. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So my sister, here we are like 20 years later,
Wiper.
and she sends me
Dark
for
mark.
the podcast just to remind me the skid mark chart here, which I think that
Go down the list.
All right, so we first have the smudge. We'll each read one off here.
This
I'll
is
go
starting
first.
from like
Read
like
all the details.
least
underneath.
messy to most messy, I believe. It
Yeah,
looks
this is what it is.
The smudge is when you might not have even noticed this one. Advice: wash it; it'll be good as new.
It's like when you. Never mind. The shard is next. That's what's most close to my heart, as far as
Close
this
to my
list.
heart.
That's
when
the
I
one.
made
That's the one that I can
shard.
relate to
You
the
mean close
most.
to your fart?
Yeah, but
Total
it's,
eclipse of the fart.
dude, you're blowing it.
Probably just an
We need to get Beer Guy like a
overachieving
headset
fart.
microphone or something.
like make up our own thing, like.
Bah! I'm sorry for interrupting, Dave. Continue.
Oh, I'm just reading about skid marks here.
What are you doing?
I was trying to stab a
fucking
can with a pen.
disaster. The Shart is an overachieving fart and a bit too much fruit in the diet.
Okay, I want to tell a story about a shark.
All right, Shartus.
Shaved my knee a little.
It's short. It's not. It's the when I was about 9. My parents got divorced when I was 9, and we moved here. And for the summer before we came to Jersey, we stayed at my aunt's house for a couple weeks before we moved to Jersey. They were in Pennsylvania, so it was kind of all along the way. And my cousin at the time was probably my brother was about 7, so my cousin was probably 6, and he was the world's worst kid. And he comes down. Well, I was watching TV in the living room, and he comes downstairs and calls my brother up. My brother tells me the story as soon as he comes back. He's like, yeah, he called me up, and he said, I had a wet fart on my mom's carpet. The kid was changing his clothes, and he sharted right on his mother's fucking bedroom floor.
Splattered it.
And his mom was
uncovered.
at work, and my mom had to go up and clean it.
Oh. Dude, I'll tell you, I was at a party, and I've never told anybody this story, but I was 17 or something, and with a couple of buddies, and I literally shit my pants, and I was supposed to stay there overnight. We were having some beers and stuff and being bad kids, and I literally shit my pants. So I just remember taking them off and bundling them up in a Wawa bag and throwing them in the trash can outside and freeballing it for the next 16 hours. Totally got away with it up until this moment.
Oh, I got a good short story. When Hammer Fight first started,
Sharded.
one of our first out of area shows, we were playing in Keene, New Hampshire,
Okay.
and it was a long show. There were a lot of bands. We were there all day. It was a cool event. There was a lot of friends. One of our guitar players at the time, if you fucking want to go back through the history, he's still in the band, and the other one isn't now. So I'm not gonna name names, but you can figure it out. Oh wait. Never mind. I had it all wrong. He just
So that would be called a brain shart.
he just clogged the toilet at this show, but he clogged it in the women's room because someone already brought the men's room, and the water flooded out through the entire venue. He shit his pants in Philadelphia later that year, and but I remember he had to go out to the van and basically poop in the street and fix himself.
Yeah,
up.
well,
So,
that's
I'm
what you
sorry,
gotta do.
I completely blew it with that story.
That's
Fucked it up.
That's the thing though. When you have a shart or any sort of it.
But it was the
happens-
same guy.
I don't know. Do girls shart? They're wearing that little. Piece
Oh
of
yeah, they
string.
do. Yeah, they do. And I'm gonna fucking blow someone's spot up now.
Oh, nice.
All right, go for it.
An ex-girlfriend of mine. No one out there knows who I dated, but you guys do.
Who just recently?
I'll just say this happened when I lived in Red Bank last year.
I think I have an idea who you're talking
She
about.
comes to my apartment at night. I met her outside because I had to let her into the apartment. Yeah. And the second she gets out of her car, she starts acting really weird. And I'm like she didn't do drugs ever, and and we get back up to my apartment. She's acting really fucking strange. I'm like, I think she might be high. I've never seen her act like this. And then she goes to the bathroom, comes back, and she starts insisting I take the trash out. And I'm like, are you, listen, I don't care. Just tell me, are you, did you, do drugs today or something?
Can I have some?
She shit her pants while we were, when she got out of her, she sharted. And, while I was in the other room, she went to the bathroom and she threw her pants in the trash. And I guess she changed. That's why she wanted me to take the trash out.
Girls will repair
She
like
threw
that?
her whole pants or just her panties?
I know,
Oh
her
no,
whole
she threw out
pants.
all the pants because she
The
had
whole
changed clothes.
pants.
'Cause she would come stay with me for days at a time, whatever.
But
So
they'll be
she had.
suggestive about it. They'll come out of the bedroom like, "Hey, I think you need to take the trash out."
She was acting so bizarre and crazy. Like I just figured, okay, she must have bumped into a friend and like smoked a joint for the first time in 15 years or something. But no, she just pooped herself.
Just totally Eclipse
So
of the
if
Shart.
she's watching this, I
She thought
sincerely
she
doubt
thought
she
she
is.
farted, but she shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, beer guy.
Beer guys on thin ice these days.
That was
man.
worse than that time. My
No
girlfriend
rim
shit
shots,
herself.
running out of beer. He's too busy giving rim jobs to weird old ladies he found at the bar.
There's nothing wrong with that though.
There was
If it affects your work, there is.
there was
Yeah,
a brief
yeah. If you're eating so much
stint.
ass that it gets into your shit,
If you're eating so much ass that it gets into your shit,
then you gotta fucking
comes out your
reevaluate
own
yourself.
ass. That's,
All right, I think we have to move along.
Yeah,
then
move along. This
to
is
the,
going way off the rails
We're
here.
gonna do.
I
we're gonna skip
apologize to no one, by the
We're
way.
gonna skip to the wiper.
I forgot this was even what we were talking about.
Oh,
Who
I thought
cares about
I thought we
this?
were skipping the skin mark thing.
Yeah, who gives a
Skipping
fuck?
the dark mark.
Just go all the way down to the fucking.
Yeah, just go to the crime
go
scene
To,
or
go to
whatever
the
it
coup
said.
de grace.
Hoorah.
The poo de gras.
Unsolved. The unsolved crime.
That's on a
also
t-shirt.
known as
Oh, wow.
Chris's underwear. Don't.
Yeah, get through this and then we'll tell the story about when Chris pooped on my computer chair.
All right. Don't even
I didn't really
ask
poop
how
on the
this
computer
slip and
chair.
slide disaster happened. The answer is probably just going to make it even more disturbing. Advice: burn it all immediately, and hold the ashes before the and hide the ashes. I'm ruining it too.
Yeah, let's get
so
over
on the
this.
Chris's asshole.
So they try to do an interview. Brandon fancies himself quite the fucking what do you call it? Impressionist. Yeah.
He's not so bad.
He's actually pretty good at doing my voice.
He's got your fucking.
He's got it.
number.
He's got it pretty good. There's a few points I try to
just
explain to him about, but I guess they tried to do that interview and they tried to tell a story about how I got poop on Drew's computer.
It's a true story.
It's very relevant to skin marks. But to make a long story short-ish, we went out drinking.
It was our friend's wedding. That's what it was.
You usually go out drinking.
Oh, was that what it was?
Yeah.
All right.
Friend
So,
got-
that's right. Correct. At Summers Point, right? VFW.
Yeah.
All right. So we went out to the wedding. We got hammered, obviously. And I don't really remember, but this is pretty much what I gather happened. Is that he went to sleep in his room, and I decided I was gonna watch some porn on his computer and rub one out. With that, and I didn't have a towel or anything to sit on, so I just sat right on the chair, I guess, with my bare ass, and I guess it was.
I woke up.
wasn't exactly clean, and left quite a stain on there.
I come out of my room the next morning, and he's on my couch. And the first thing I see is my computer chair, which is like a light blue kind of. And he wakes up, and I look at the chair, and I point at it, and I look at him, and I say, "What's that?" And he gets up,
I smelled
and
it.
he sniffed it, and he looks me right in the eye, and says, "Yup, that's poop." And I said,
It wasn't like poop. It was just like a stain from like rubbing my asshole on the thing.
yeah, but it was a solid, it was like a good 6 to 8 inches long.
No, it was like 3 inches long, about like an inch wide. It was a little thing.
One, I was like, I handled it as well as possible. I think I was like, just put it in the dumpster.
I said I got another-
Put it in the dumpster. We have another chair.
I said I got another chair. I'll give you.
yeah,
I had
That
like a
shit-
million of them when I bought that house.
Yeah. So
I mean, yeah. That's what
now this is all making me think
Moral
about.
of the story is put a towel down when you jerk off.
This is all making me think about a story that I have best heard told by my brother, whose birthday is today, by the way. So that made me think of him.
Happy
too.
birthday, Vin.
And that was about, I wasn't there for this, so I can't retell it. I don't even know if we should do it now, but it was about that time, a guy, we were friends when we were younger, let's call him Alex, shit on your floor at your mother's
Oh
house when we
my
were kids.
god, dude.
So I'm not going to tell it. If we ever have Vin in, I want him to tell it, and unless you feel like doing it, we'll
I'll
move on.
tell it.
I don't know, man. I think you need to leave this alone because I know Vin, he's a hell of a good storyteller.
He's never gonna be on here to tell
Yeah,
it.
the
Oh,
thing is,
that's
Vin,
true.
the chances of Vin.
And it was
being
my
honest,
house, and I blamed it on my dog.
All right, go ahead, Chris. Tear
tell
it
the
up.
story.
I had to blame it on my dog in the morning, which thankfully at the time he was very old and incontinent, so he wasn't in
All right,
trouble.
well, we're going to use pseudonyms to protect the innocent shitters. So the guy who pooped, we'll call him Alex.
All right, we'll call him Alex. Yeah.
And you
So
guys,
anyway,
yeah.
we were I don't know, we were at the pit, right? We were at some. I lived down in some fucking hicked out joint when I was for a little bit when I was younger, and we were all partying down at this, out in the woods or something. We all go back to my house to sleep. It's real early a.m. and I'm awoken to. I believe Jeremy woke me up. I think that's who woke me up. I was sleeping on my bed, and we were all in my room. And Jeremy woke me up, and he's like, "Chris."
Jeremy's a friend of ours, by the way.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be.
He's gonna be on the
like 2
podcast
weeks.
coming soon. Yeah. And he's waking me up, and I'm like, "What, dude?" And he's like, "Yo, Alex is shitting on your floor." And I'm like, "Don't fuck with me, dude. I'm trying to sleep here." And he's, "No, for real." I open my eyes, and it's right outside the bedroom door, and he's standing there, butt naked, this weird look on his face. Like fucked up, I would have thought he did drugs if I would have known any better, but I don't think he did any drugs.
Can I butt in?
Yes.
Because I remember my brother's version of the story, and there was some dialogue and events that happened before they woke you up.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
The way my brother told me the story was, everyone's asleep, and Alex is drunk. Not everyone's asleep. Chris is asleep. Jeremy and my brother are still awake.
A couple people were asleep.
Couple people were still awake.
Frank
I don't know how many people were there. I know I wasn't, but here the story that I was told by my brother is, this guy gets up and he starts kind of like.
You weren't there?
No, I went home.
Thank God.
I was at that party, but I didn't go stay at your house. But he gets up and he's like kind of like walking into the wall, patting his hands on it, being a drunk weirdo, like blah, 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 blah. And then he goes out into the hallway and they think they're going to the bathroom. And then they hear piss landing in spots it shouldn't be. And they find that
That's what Jeremy said
he
when
was pissing in the laundry basket in your
Yeah,
hallway.
That's what woke me up because Jeremy was like, I was like, "Yo, stop fucking with me," and he was like, "Dude, listen." And I just heard it like, I was like,
and
"What
that's
the fuck?"
And that's when my brother said they heard a different sound.
Oh,
It was like a
shit,
clapping noise on the ground, like,
Yeah.
Wow.
and it was
So-
poop
Yeah.
falling
Oh.
out of his butt onto the
Dude,
floor.
It was so
Oh
gnarly.
man.
It was like the most traumatic thing. So I get up.
Was it a fear shit?
Yeah, no, I get up. No, he's unconscious.
He was one of those
on
guys-
his feet.
Oh.
He was one of those guys who blacked out and cried
Got
every time he got
fucking
drunk.
weird, Yeah.
Every single time he got drunk. We used to party a lot. And we weren't old enough to go to the bar at this time. We were like, early, like 20,
No,
18, 19.
I still lived there. I was 17.
Okay.
We were 17.
We were still
young.
in high school then.
Yeah.
All right, fuck it. Yeah. And we partied a lot back then, and every single time we went out, this guy was a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was vomit. It was shit. It was crying.
tears, yeah.
Shame.
Without fail,
What is it with
100% of the
some fucking
time.
guys?
I don't know, but let's finish how disgusting
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is. So I get out of bed, and he's standing out there in like the little hallway. I got a bathroom. The bathroom's right there. Like you walk out my bedroom door, you make a right, and there's a bathroom. You can jump from my door to that door. Wow. He's standing there in the hallway, just kind of getting this weird like Frankenstein wobble back and forth. He's got this creepy like smile on his face. He's mumbling. I'm screaming at him, and it's just running down his fucking leg and plopping on my floor. Like he said, like just splatters. Like 4 or 5 splatters dirt on the walk to there. And I don't even know what to do. Like I'm like looking at him. I'm like, dude, like what do you even? I don't want to go near the motherfucker. I don't even want to touch him. So now
volunteer to go home or something.
I got to get up. I have to clean it. It's my before my mom wakes up.
Yeah.
I got to clean this guy's shit. So I guess something snapped in his brain that clicked him to it. Because Jeremy flipped on him, I flipped on him, and I was like, dude, get your fucking underwear, go out back, get the hose, throw the underwear in the forest, and hose your fucking ass off.
In the
While I'm
forest.
cleaning
That
his
makes sense.
in the woods, yeah. While I'm cleaning his shit off the floor. So and then eventually, it was our other buddy didn't want to take him home, and I was like, dude, you gotta take him. And I gave him some like old towels and shit to like for him to sit on. And the whole time after that, this guy Alex is just like looking like he realized what he did at this point. He's sobered up enough, I guess, and he just literally looked at the floor and didn't say a word for the entire rest of this like whole thing.
I want to set a word for the rest of my life.
I would have killed myself.
Yeah.
And then so later on, my mom wakes up, and I guess I didn't clean it good enough in my drunkenness.
What the fuck?
What was that?
I
Oh,
hope
beer
that
guy's got
wasn't me.
fucking poop sounds on his computer.
Oh dear.
We'll give you a soundboard next week.
So anyway, I had to blame it on my dog, who was pretty old at the time, so I knew he wasn't going to get in any trouble. 'Cause
Poor fucking Spike.
yeah, poor Spike. I mean, my mom knows now. I've told her the real
Didn't
story.
he walk through the screen door in the back too to get out to the woods? Didn't he break that?
I think so.
Yeah. I also remember our friend who drove him home told him.
I hope he's dead.
I also remember our friend. He's not. I ran
I
into
know he's
him
not.
that long ago.
I'm just saying. Well, I ran him not that long ago too, but I hope since then to now
the
he's
friend
dead.
of ours who drove him home told me there was more to the ride home than just that. He said once he started getting close to home, he got real indignant and shitty and was demanding his vodka and got out of the car in a huff and acted like an asshole about the whole thing. Instead of apologizing and being filled with shame as he should have been.
He should have been fucking
He's
beaten.
like, where's my vodka? And our buddy was like, what I remember him telling me was like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where your vodka is.
Yeah.
Your vodka is thank the Lord that you're still alive, because it was just so like, it was just so pathetic that like I didn't even know what to do. I was just like, oh my god, this is just fucking.
Remember that house party I had years ago with the ex-girlfriend's brother?
Okay.
Fucking whipped his dick out and just started pissing all over my fucking media room.
Oh
And
yeah.
my other buddy clocked him in the face and knocked him out. And he came out in my driveway and he goes, yo, your buddy's pissing all over the place. So,
It was a media room. I grew up poor. I had a kitchen and a living room and a
fucking
toilet.
TV room. We'll call it a TV room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Media.
Yeah, we had like.
He's like, yo, I clocked your boy. I'm like, what do you mean he clocked him? He's like, well, I went like this, but really hard. And I'm like,
Yeah, you did.
okay. And I went in there and this dude's just wet
Sleeping.
himself and his fucking black eye flipped over on the ground.
Didn't it correct that shit or something? Like,
What are you doing?
like knock it back. Beer guy is doing beer
You guys is playing with soundboards over there and fart toilet sounds.
Maybe I shouldn't give him this soundboard. He might abuse
That
it.
was a terrible idea.
Oh, I'm gonna give it a shot. Let's see how he rolls with it. Maybe I'll just use it.
Oh man.
Is that the Adam Sandler sketch?
That's the Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, I knew I recognized that exact series of shit noises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it come through okay?
It came through my headphones just fine.
All right, good.
Yeah, that means
That
everyone
was the,
gets to hear it.
effort.
Good.
That squeak at the end was unmistakable.
Yeah, that's famous.
Yeah.
Absolutely famous.
Yep.
Famous Amos.
So beer guy, we were gonna go over some. We have some social media comments.
Yes, we do. We
Yeah.
have
We want to respond to people personally now because
Yeah, on,
we're a bunch of
YouTube.
cunts and we're gonna not be nice to you.
yeah YouTube. So I'll start from recently and go back.
How many do we have? Come on, I like doing that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yo, you're gonna find out real soon when I get you your headphones set up.
Get me a fidget spinner.
Well, actually, I'll start.
Yo, okay.
I want a
sidebar.
fidget.
When I was putting us up on Pornhub, one of the number one streaming thing was a girl getting fucked while she had a fidget spinner in her asshole.
Yeah, it's a new one. It's a new browser.
I didn't want to watch it. Oh,
It just came out on browsers.
oh, never mind. It was Brazzers, not you.
Yeah, I know what it is. Come on, dude.
I guess I've been spending a lot of time
Yes,
by
they have
myself.
an ass plug with a fidget spinner on the end.
That's
Okay.
It's got
brilliant.
two big Z's in the middle of it.
All right, beer guy.
Take it away, beer guy.
Oh, so I was from episode 1. We had a friend of ours, Brian Purnell. He said, "Best line. I'm not trying to fail. I'm just doing it naturally."
That was Dave.
He said, "LOL, great show, guys."
Thanks,
Yeah.
Brian.
And
Yeah,
Dave-
actually, that led to my Saturday night. That was really interesting. But we'll
Dave
talk about that another
responded.
time.
I'm sorry, I'm really distracted. Dave doesn't have his shoes on. His heels are like a big cracked yellow.
It's like a prehistoric
It looks like a
riverbed.
piece of
Third-
broken cement.
You're the third person to mention that to me. this
Dried
week.
up
It's
riverbed.
fucking gross.
Oh my god.
You just call him a prehistoric river man?
No, his feet look like a prehistoric riverbed.
Okay,
This is my feet,
beer guy, continue. I'm sorry.
That's really
Okay, so
disturbing.
episode 2, we have a friend of ours, Amy Fabrides.
Are these all YouTube comments?
These are all YouTube comments at this
Okay.
point. She said, "You guys rule. I look forward to Mondays because of this podcast."
Wow.
She did the metal, the metal fingers with,
Yeah.
the /M/. I love it. Smiley face. I do, however, get bummed when you talk over each other. LOL.
So do we.
Yeah. Well, I think we got a lot better at it this week.
She said, "I get it though. You're excited. It happens." Also, Chris, I picked up on the Clerks reference.
Oh, that was when you
I
said
like
I'm
that.
not even supposed to beer today. I remember. you
Yeah,
saying
and I
that.
said, if you don't get that, you're not my friend.
I guess you're
And,
friends with Amy.
Amy Fabriitis is my friend. No.
And on the same
Fasciitis.
Planner's fasciitis. I think Dave has that.
podcast, on the same
That's Dave's feet, right?
That's a swollen, that's inflammation of the plantar
Good catch,
piece of
my man.
fascia that runs the bottom of your foot. For those of you that don't know,
So on the same, episode 2, our friend,
My poor
good
feet.
friend George Wood.
Oh, I know this. Yeah, I love this
I
guy.
We
know
love
this
George
guy
Wood here at
too,
the show.
Like that guy a
Yeah.
lot. He said bandwidth to make 'em dance.
I said that he liked it.
He said goes in Chris's greatest hits book.
Nice.
That's a long.
It does.
book.
And
It's
then
a long book,
And then he
dude.
said this is excellent. Yeah.
The book is very long and very awesome.
So yeah.
Didn't we get something today from
Is that all of them?
someone had a really shitty name?
Yeah. Well, that was 2. I wanted to go to 3.
Oh, and they're going through them. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I went from 1.
We got
to
something
2.
every time. Wow.
Yes. Every time we
Sweet.
had at least one
The channel is growing.
one pathetic person.
It really is.
Yeah. How come no one's saying anything really mean or awful? Everyone's.
Because there's too much good to.
Because these are all still people that know us.
I think they're scared.
I
of
didn't know
Chris.
some
I
of
don't
those
know
people.
Amy Fabriitis, but apparently we're friends.
I thought that she's
Amy's
like,
cool as hell.
So
There you go,
speaking
he knows
of
her.
Amy, she
You know
said
Amy.
on the 3rd.
Do I know her?
Yeah, you know fucking Mario's girl? Fucking Amy.
Mario's girlfriend.
Not girlfriend, but you always
Friend
show me.
girl.
She moves far away, right? All right, beer guy.
Wait, is that that
Keep it
old
rolling.
lady?
She said, "I have yet to be disappointed by this podcast."
Oh, I'll accept that fucking challenge.
Said I agree.
Oh yeah.
She also said, "I agree with Drew on the conspiracy theory videos." In parentheses, I watched Shane Dawson, but I'd love to know others. She says, I have an
Dawson's Creek.
idea for a topic where you guys should talk about your favorite music album that changed your life.
Maybe later.
The Jerky Boys.
Yeah, it's a little deep.
Yeah.
Music never changed my life.
Ride the Lightning
Send the
is the
C
reason
word.
that I look like this, and I was 6 years
So
old. I heard it.
episode
End of story.
4, we had miserable shit.
Okay, this is getting. Okay, this is what I want to get into. I don't know anyone named Miserable Shit that I'm aware of.
Well, he said.
He's sitting right
I think
next to
this
you,
was,
bud.
this
Is
was
it a he or a
referring-
she? Is it a gender fluid individual?
I don't know. It has like a clown face for the.
No, I'm
know,
just curious
like
to who it is.
I have no idea what it is.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But he
this
says
person.
I prefer the Oriental flavor. ... And nobody wants pictures of Chris. Come on.
Everybody wants pictures of Chris. Come on now.
Well, now we're gonna put pictures of Chris.
Now we're gonna put more pictures of Chris, and they're gonna
Yeah.
get more provocative.
Chris had a good one today on our Facebook page.
And
don't know
I
if
do
anyone saw it.
prefer Oriental flavor, so I can definitely like vibe with miserable
I had
shit.
a really hot.
What did
piece
he mean
of-
by the Oriental flavor, though? We
I
didn't
had a
have,
really hot
That's the
piece of
blue
Oriental
packet,
flavor in
dude.
my
That's
car
gotta
this
be
morning when I was
Brandon.
doing Uber rides.
I think because the only thing I'm thinking about from that episode
We
was
talked about ramen.
the
You were doing the
ramen.
ramen bath.
and
Yes, that's
pictures.
referring
So
to the
I think
ramen
they
bath,
confused
yeah.
Chris and Dave. I think that nobody wants because that's what we were talking about.
I think they want to see pictures of you instead of me, in the ramen instead of me in general.
I think that we should get in that ramen tub together, buddy.
I wouldn't rather die.
We can't afford a tub that size.
They don't have that.
The blow up little fucking little blow up kitty tubs.
Oh, kiddie
You can blow it
pool.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom has
Little
one.
blow
We could
kitty
use
tub.
that.
My
Ooh, have
cousin
fun.
and his wife have a nice sized indoor pool. That might be what we need.
Can we turn that entire thing
Can we
into a
indoor?
giant ramen noodle?
With
I meant
ramen.
in ground pool. I'm sorry. I'm starting.
just-
I'm getting a
okay.
load on.
Can I-
Dude,
can I
who's got an
confess
indoor
here?
pool? Because we're going there tonight. That's awesome.
I have some
right?
sort of weird desire to be put in the position to literally have to.
You like being
eat my
put
way
in
out.
positions?
You want to be forced to eat your way out of a shitty situation. don't
Yeah.
you? All right.
Yeah, like you remember what was that movie, Beer Fest?
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, but Landfill died. He did not drink his way out.
Well, he was a failure, and I refuse to fail in his image.
He was getting it though. He was tornadoing that beer down.
when I first saw that, I believed him. I thought he was going to come out of it on top.
He did. His brother was like his other half.
His brother.
Yeah, but
replaced
Or
him.
half
they
the
really just
embryo.
they bring him in, and like you totally forget that he died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 10
That
minutes
movie
in,
is
you're
a-
like, oh wait a second, that guy died.
That movie is a modern American classic.
That movie's amazing.
So is Super Troopers, and I'm glad to hear that the second one is in the can and should be out in a few months.
Is it really?
Out of my
It's
mouth,
done.
man.
Oh,
They've
man.
already done. Apparently, they already did some like screenings for
Because their last few and things were
Slam and Salmon was.
The Baby
What
Makers
about,
was not that good.
What was the
Club
Baby
Dread,
Makers?
man.
You didn't
Club
see that
Dread.
one?
Hold on, me and
Club
Chris are having a
Dread's the shit.
conversation. Guys, I'm
Club
gonna
Dread
turn
was the worst. I turned it off.
I'm turning off everyone's
horrible.
mics.
Oh, you kidding me?
Wait, what was the Baby Makers?
That was their most recent installment of
I never even heard of this.
It has Olivia Munn.
Oh, I love
Olivia
her.
Munn.
I just had the G because I like that
Oh,
word.
she's
Munn.
so hot. Yo,
Mung.
I got a real thing for
I like Mung.
like
I think
half Asian,
Mun,
half white
not
girls.
Mung.
It's such a good blend, especially when they're Japanese and white. I'm not certain of Olivia Munn's Asian heritage, but I think she's Japanese. And
I think she has Mung.
half Japanese,
it's
half
Mun.
Asian women. I mean, half
No, I think
white
she
women.
has Mung.
Mung is an Indian flower.
It sounds like something nastier.
Yeah, when we were kids, Shrine Bludgeon
Mung
used
was
to.
some Mung
When
pie.
we were
Definition of
children, Shrine Bludgeon used to insist that Mung was goo that would come out of a pregnant woman's vagina if you pushed on her stomach. He was also
Oh,
11.
dude.
He was also 11 years old when he claimed to know this. So I
Yeah.
think he just made it up.
But
No, there's a
Mung
definite
pies.
definition.
Yeah.
It's on Urban Dictionary. I looked it
Oh,
up.
bring it up, beer guy. We got about 1 minute left before that.
One moment.
Hurry.
Hurry! I can see it coming.
What is this, Mung?
Calm.
Why are we on a time limit now? I can just turn it off.
Yeah, we don't have to be on a fucking limit, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And if we are, I'll
whoever
push it
was
to the
watching,
limit.
they've already
Yeah, check
tuned
this
off
out.
by now.
I'm just gonna move the theme music back. There we go. Bye bye.
Yeah, we can do what we want.
What the fuck we want? Oh yeah, I need to drink a whole other beer. I have to take a piss. Beer guy needs to educate us on Mung.
This is like a whole.
How long does it take to know about Mung, dude? I could have munged us out by now.
What does that mean?
I don't fucking know.
I'm actually really confused.
Beer guy, use your fucking microphone, you cunt.
Oh, here it is, bitches.
There you go. That's better.
Bitches. What are we at a bachelorette party?
I can't fucking read it from here. So do your best at reading. I know you guys. Do your best at reading. I know you guys.
You can't read it from your. When you mirror it, you can't.
No, that's not it.
mirror.
You want to read this one off, Chris? You got this.
Turn around there.
Broadly defined.
Mung. Broadly defined.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sorry,
okay.
sneeze.
Get mic away from your face.
Well, who? I had to talk over
Read
this guy.
after
Jay
that
tried
thing
to cut
that's
me
a
off. Shut the
South
fuck up. Broadly defined as anything that is very disgusting. Originally from the acronym MASH until no good, from the practice of making many changes to a code until it is useless. Made popular from the Saturday Night Live sketch Wayne's World, it was in the top. That's probably why Rob knows about it.
Probably.
It was in the top 5 worst things to get in your Halloween bag. It was mentioned again in South Park episode 317, this time more narrowly defined as a substance which comes out of a pregnant woman's vagina.
Oh, whoa, that's
Rob
Rob
was
got it from
right.
South Park.
All right.
There's more to it.
When pressure is applied to the stomach, somehow an urban legend involving corpse fluids has sprung off the term Mung, though there is no documentation supporting that this is anything other than a gross out story. Here's it used in a sentence. The fraternity had a story about putting Mung in the cookies they fed the freshmen. It was so gross.
Okay, there's another definition.
Olivia Mung.
There's a much grosser one out there.
Olivia Mung. I
What is this
was
one
gonna say something
here?
gross, but she's gorgeous.
Yeah, but
What is you know what? I can't read it from right here. The one oh wow, now I can fucking read something. Look at that. Let me unwrap.
Oh, look,
my,
Dave.
unwrap my doodle here. Mung, the one thing worse than genocide. Wow.
it's worse
One
than
must
genocide.
first have no shame. Then he or she must use a newspaper to find the obituary of a recently deceased man or woman. Then must find a buddy with no shame who will aid them in this act. The partners then go to the cemetery where they dig up their victim, flip a coin. The loser or winner, depending on how sick you are, applies his or her lips to the genitals or anus of the corpse. Holy, I can't believe I'm reading this out loud. While the other partner
Is this a Cannibal Corpse song?
proceeds to climb to the nearest tombstone and elbow drop the corpse's stomach, thus forcing out the blend of rich bodily fluids and embalming materials onto the partners. Holy shit, this blend is called Mung. This is way worse than that. What's that?
Please finish.
Truffle butter? The
Way
act
worse.
of getting this blend on your face is called munging. Chicks will dig this one.
Yo,
Freeloading bastards who mung will surely burn in hell.
this, to my knowledge, Cannibal Corpse has not touched on this subject, and they need to be alerted to this article
I'm gonna write them a letter.
immediately, because it would be fucking gold for them.
Hung by the mung.
It's the stuff that comes out when you push on a pregnant woman's stomach.
By her mom. Okay, so you guys know I'm getting my I'm moving to a house. I'm moving to a house in 2 weeks, and I decided to get a dog, and I was gonna name him Brosive or Brutus, but now I'm going to have a dog named Mungus.
Among the living.
I was
Is that what you're saying?
That's what I was going for.
Stop knowing so much stuff that I know.
Go, stop. Get out of my head. Hold on, audio clip. Oh,
I'm gonna dream about that. I can't believe I read that.
Is that great?
That is I'm actually getting hungry now. You guys hungry for some Chinese food?
I'm hungry all the time.
all right. Well,
This fucking goose is cooked.
all right. Let's wrap it up then, guys. Let's all go have some.
Mung.
I gave that woman a hug, and Mung came out.
That girl from that girl whose uncle filmed you fucking her.
Yeah, I think so.
So when you and that girl, you guys mung out?
Uncle fucker.
Shut your fucking face, Uncle fucker.
Humongous. All right, that's that. Fuck it, we're wrapping it up. All right, it's the Magnificent
cock.
Hour. Watch me perform with Hammerfight Eclipse August 26th at Sterling Ballroom, Sayreville, New Jersey, at the Rapper Dime Festival. September 7th through 9th for the Full Terror Assault in the middle of nowhere in Illinois. And that's that. Go to us on Patreon, Bandcamp, YouTube, whatever. Like, subscribe, share, suck a dick, whatever.
Suck a cock.
Thanks, guys. See you next week. That's a wrap.
Mung.